Hello friends, we are continuing with the series of videos on high performance computing. So we begin with the Linux basics. This is the second video. In the first video we covered very basics of Linux, how to create a directory in a Linux operating system and also a small script. Now we continue with the script execution. So as you can recollect from the earlier video, this was a server. This was a Linux machine, which is a virtual server, which I have it. So, if you say IPA, it shows the IP address of this server, that is 192.168.1.100. The fourth line from bottom, you can read that. So I clear this command and I am accessing this machine from something called an SSH client, which is also called a putty, and I will be accessing that actually. So you can see that if I would like to access that server, one of the methods is to directly log into this in the main server itself. The other method is you can access through something called a putty. Putty is nothing but a client software which is freely available. For example, you can see that actually here I have logged into this through a putty client. So remember that in the last class we had created a directory called mydir. In that mydir I created a small file called myscript. If you see the permission of myscript, it is looking like this. Owner is having read and write execution. Now if I want to execute this script, I can simply say /my script. Okay, before that I would like to show what is inside that my script. My script is looking like this. Remember this, my script is looking like this. A series of commands like ls-l, df-h, that is a disk space, sleep 4 second, calendar, sleep 2 second, and they echo some string, etc., input in series. Now if I would like to execute this, one method is usually /myscript using. It doesn't work because it doesn't have an execution permission. See ls-l, if I see, it is not an executable file. So how to make it an executable file? A plus x, then my script I can say. After that you will see that the permission, typing mistake, termination of this, it has become green and permission has come for the owner and group to execute in this particular case. So in my case, we are as a owner, we are executing this. Now if I want to execute, as I said, I can always say my script and it will execute one by one. See, first command got executed, df-h, after that the calendar, in between there are sleep delays, and after that it said hello, this is my first attempt to learn Linux. So if you see, this was my script. Now also remember that in order to run this script, suppose your file was not having a permission. Now it is permission is there. Suppose I say chmod, I don't give an execute permission, like let's say 655, that is permission I am changing to non-executable. So it is like a, suppose it was like this, there was no execute permission for the owner. So now you can see that when I say my script permission is denied, right? Now, if still I want to run it, let's say, still I want to run it, I can run it through a command called sh my script. My script. See that. Even if you don't have permission, if you want to test it, you can test it by giving an sh command behind this command. Okay. This you just remember. This sh command I will discuss later. But just for your awareness, I said this. Now, I would like to execute in normal way. Like my command was, command name is my script. If I can change this command name to anything. Like move is like rename. I can always say my script is equal to my script dot com. I can give this. Now, okay, there is no move command. Sorry, that was in Windows actually, MV. So you see the command name has become myscript.com. So if I try to run this, myscript.com, you can execute myscript.com, myscript spelling mistake.com. It is still permission denied. If I just change the chmod permission a plus x of this particular file, my dom. So again, mistakes I am doing in typing chmod. So you can see that now you can execute this file. So you are able to execute this file. Now remember that I am able to execute this file from a directory. What is my directory right now? I am in this particular directory. In this directory, I am able to execute this. Now, suppose I go to another directory. Let's say I just go behind, and I say my scripts is not running. Why? This my script command is not sitting inside. Or you can say there is no path to reach there. There is no path to reach there. Otherwise, you can give an absolute path like home, Joby. Then there was a command, I think, let me see what it was. The directory name was commands, okay? Or my dir it was, I think. My dir. See, let me see, it was my dir. Yes, it was sitting here. So I could have given from present working directory slash, that is a total path, slash home Joby slash my dir slash scripts. Myscript.com. Sorry, myscript.com. I can still execute that. That means the entire absolute path you have to give. But you cannot remember a absolute path of each. For example, see the ls command is there. ls when I type, it is coming from somewhere. It is not stored here, this directory. But it is coming from someplace. Where it is coming? You can ask which ls. See that, which ls. That means the ls is sitting in so directory called user bin ls. Remember that it is sitting there. Okay, so even if it is sitting in some other place, it should come back. And for that only, there is a concept called path. So how do we know that? If you want to see the path of this, you have to say $path. See, remember that when I executed which ls I asked, that was sitting user bin ls. So user bin directory was there in the path. That is why it went and executed from there. So if your command is not sitting in a particular location, still you can execute by including the path inside, including that directory into our path. For example, had I moved this particular command, like for example, I say my dir and this command, that myscript.com file, suppose I move it to user bin, which one, myscript also, user bin directory, cannot move because permission is denied, because you are a simple user like Joby, but only super user can execute this. So what we can do is, I can execute this command only from the super user. So I go to the super user. I have logged in as Joby there, but I come out and now we are a super user. Now I can go here. So I can go to my directory called home Joby. I can go to any directory here. See that. So I can also, home Joby, like for example, home Joby. I can go to the directory, or I can even, suppose I don't know home and all these things, I can also give tilde Joby. It remembers which directory it is. See, it has gone into there. Then you go to my scripts, my dir, and this particular file is there. So what I will do, move this directory. What was that? ls was sitting where? See, it was user bin ls. So user bin you put it. Okay, move myscript.com user bin, into this you copy. Okay, I copied that. Now I can execute. So right now I don't have that file here. It is gone in my directory. In this present working directory, it is not there. My file is not there. So still myscript.com script.q can be executed because it is gone and sit inside the path. So it is not that now every command you will create and you will copy into this system directory called, is see, right now you can see that myscript.com has gone and sit in the user bin directory. You cannot copy everything like this into the user bin directory. So we must not move anything anywhere, but sitting here itself we must be able to execute from any directory by anybody. So what is that we can do with the path? We will discuss that in the next video. Thank you.